I'm just thinking that, I mean, it seems like it would take a long time to go through. I don't have a problem with it, but I was just, all right. Sorry about that. I digress. Next item on the agenda, old business, is AB 1407, which is the confirmation of appointment of Terry Robinson to the Civil Service Commission. This has been a position that has been vacant, advertised vacant until filled. Terry did attend the last Civil Service Commission meeting, and after attending the meeting decided that yes, he would like to be a part of this, put in his application. We talked about it last week. So I would recommend a motion to be made to appoint Terry Robinson to Civil Service Commission. Any discussion from council? Or is there a motion?
I make a motion to appoint Terry Robinson to the City of Pacific Civil Service Commission.
Second.
Would you like to speak to your motion?
I know Terry personally, and he is an outstanding member of our community, and he's a great guy, and he's a fair guy, and I think in that role he'll do a great job.
Councilmember Walker.
I don't know him personally, but I've read, his submission. He's worked in Pacific as a volunteer firefighter for years, works for Valley Regional Fire Authority. I think he's perfect for the Civil Service Commission.
Any other comments from council? Comments from the audience? Okay, seeing none. All those in favor of appointing Terry Robinson to the Civil Service Commission signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. Okay, next item on the agenda is selection of a new city attorney, AB 14-080. So is there a motion to be made for a selection for city attorney?
I would make a motion that we accept Carol Morris and Summit Law Group as our city attorney.
Second.
Would you like to speak to your motion, Councilmember Shaw?
Yeah, I mean, when I first got the applicant's briefs, I really liked Kenyon Dyson Law Group, and I was leaning heavily toward them until I realized that Carol actually had worked for them earlier in her career, or at least consulted with them. So knowing that attorneys tend to network, I think if there's any expertise that they can offer, she could get them. And then what pushed it over the edge for me was that once she gets to her maximum, she's still only charging us $200 an hour, where Kenyon Dyson is going to charge us the higher rates. And plus, Carol's already done work for us, and we seem to be fairly happy with the kind of work that she has done for us. And our need right now is land use, and that's her specialty.
Councilmember Walker.
I agree. The bulk, I would say the bulk, but a lot of what we need is land use. She has extensive use of land use. I like the fact that her partner, Jennifer, is an elected official, so it kind of gives us the insight of having an elected official. She served on the planning commission for Bellevue, so she has a lot of land use experience as well. I think the only concern is using an outside agency for human resources type issues. The city's worked with Summit Law before. They're fantastic. I mean, literally, they've written a book on negotiation. That's what we as officials, the last time we looked at the book, it was written by members of their group. They've done really well for us in the past. They're a little bit more expensive. They're not part of her contracted price. I think the lowest attorney rate there is $225 an hour, so that's a concern. But I like the fact that it's a smaller group. It sounds like it's a lot easier to get a hold of her. She's been doing great work for us already. I did have a question, though. Do you know what we're spending per month now, or have been for the last few months?
That's a loaded question, but I would say when I look at the bills from Luke's firm, it's about anywhere from $3,000 to $5,000 easily. And that's low end. Yeah, and that's just the low end. Then things will start to slow down a little bit, but so that's I get it for now.
And do you remember what you budgeted for pro services?
About $100,000. Not exactly $100,000. So, but I think I budgeted high just because of the last 2 years. Even though it's lower than last year's, I still projected higher than that. I think we should have to spend in a year.
Councilmember Knudsen.
And aren't we, on top of what we're paying Ken Luce, also paying Carol Morris for land use services? So
I think it's just up to 10,000, right? That's what the council approved, right? So, yeah.
Councilmember Garberding.
Can you just refresh my memory as to Ken Luce? Is he, contracted per month, or is he by the hour? And if he is by the hour, what is his hourly rate?
It's hourly, and it's, I believe, 175.
It's 175.
Councilmember Steve.
The other thing is that I think, we'll save on some of the hours just because we've decided to screen the agenda and determine when the attorney actually needs to be present versus not present for our meetings. And that'll save us some hours, because there's been times where the city attorney has sat in a council meeting for 2 hours and we never referred to him once, and I haven't been on the council that long. So that, when we have light agendas, I can see us saving money and using those hours to put to better use.
Nice and simple.
Councilmember Walker.
To answer Katie's question, he's under contract at $175 an hour, and we have to give him 30 days notice, but if we don't give him work, he doesn't go. So there's no retainer fee, there's no additional fee, at least as I remember the contract.
And this particular firm is strictly by the hour, or does she have a set fee and then an hour fee on top of it? I didn't get a chance to read through the whole.
No, she wouldn't give us a fixed rate. She's saying that she'll cap it at $7,000 a month without the mayor's approval, unless there's one specific situation. I think if somebody goes to trial, that the $7,000 cap isn't relevant.
Right.
So, but it's not there's no retainer fee. It's
Okay.
flat $200 an hour for her. It's $190 an hour for her.
So if she's only comes in and works for 4 hours for the whole month, we're good to go.
And likely unless we need her here, she probably would never come.
Any other questions from council? Councilmember Patton.
Well, I agree the cost per hour is going up. I think if we can maintain the direction that council and the administration have been heading over the past year, that our hourly needs will be much lower than in the recent past. So don't think 200 or even 225 an hour is unreasonable for competent legal advice, assuming we make wise use of how often we call for it.
There you go. Councilmember Walker.
I think it speaks volumes that she is also a reference for our insurance company. That's how we got her name initially, and that she's done work for other larger cities. She's the city attorney for 2 smaller jurisdictions now, so.
Any other comments from council? Comments from the audience?
I have to adjust. Whoops.
Jean Fancher, 3724 65th Avenue South. On the back of, or bottom of almost every ordinance, there's a little line or two that says, approved by the city attorney as to form. And I'm wondering if the council, mayor and council will refer some of these ordinances to the attorney asking for a review of content, because I think the content of the ordinances has sometimes slipped through and caused problems later on. So as Mr. Gold was saying, he's going to bring ordinances to you regarding the late fees and foreclosures. Will you be asking the city attorney to review those ordinances as to content as well?
At this time, the ordinances that are coming forward, we're getting recommendations from the attorney before they come forward.
Okay.
Councilmember Putnam.
That's actually already in the our rules of procedure. The legal requirement is that they be reviewed as form, but our actual rules of procedure say that no ordinance or resolution will be read into the record until reviewed as to form and legality by the city attorney.
Will the attorney be helping, will part of her duties be to help staff write ordinances such as the ones being crafted in the planning commission or recommended?
she's pretty much written those already.
Okay, well, I
So,
just wanna cover the bases
yeah.
and
No, she
make
has
sure.
been, and we've sought a lot of guidance. I think that's where it first came out about as far as, speaking with Carol Morris in the first place, was seeking guidance regarding the marijuana issues and some land use issues that we had. She looked at what we had in place and said, you have some issues. And helped us revise, some of our ordinances and working on those moving forward. And she recognizes some areas that we could use some help in as well. And I did want to comment too on her availability, that the question was asked last week, about her availability. And I found it very impressive that a question was asked on Friday of Carol Morris from our finance director, Richard. She answered on Sunday. I mean, you know, and she's not gonna charge us for like Sunday hours or whatever, but she just gets back and she's very much in the mood and, stays on top of those things. So I found that very impressive. Any other questions from the audience or comments? Okay, further comments from council? Councilmember Tate.
One thing I just want to say for the record is that having competent counsel in place to review things like that, who has a lot of experience, reduces on the man hours that are being billed because they get through it a lot quicker. And they actually earn the $200 more.
Any other comments from council? And then, is this a roll call or voice? Roll call, council.
Councilmember Page?
Aye.
Councilmember Kingston? Aye. Councilmember Putnam?
Aye.
Councilmember Walker?
Aye.
Councilmember Garrity?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you. Next item on the agenda is resolution number 2014-151.
I request authorization for resolution 2014-151 for Catholic Community Services, the renewal of their contract, so we could continue our senior lunches Tuesday through Friday for our seniors who are 60 or older.
Okay, questions? Council's pleasure.
Make a motion to approve resolution number 2014-151, authorizing agreement with Catholic Community Services.
Second.
Okay, Councilmember Walker.
They've been doing a great job providing a valuable service for quite some time, so appreciate it.
Councilmember Putnam.
They've been consistently good to work with for years. They've put up with a lot of trouble over there, getting through it. It's good to have them staying with us when things are in a growth mood again.
Yes. Okay, any other comments from council? Comments from the audience? No? Okay, further comments from council? Seeing none, roll call of council.